One of the great things about investing is watching your money grow over time. It starts with very small amounts, maybe £2 capital gains here, a 50p dividend there, but it quite quickly snowballs into something that you can be really proud of. After opening my Vanguard ISA in May of 2019, I then wanted to dabble in some individual stocks and shares. So I opened a trading 2-on-2 account back in May of 2020, so a year after I first started, so that I could invest in some individual companies. And then I decided to look a little bit wider, and I started to invest in cryptocurrency in January 2021, first of all on eToro, and now moving across to Coinbase instead. I just invest normal amounts every single month, and it's just the consistency that's kind of got me where I am today, almost 4 years after starting investing. Essentially, this shows the power of the compounding effect. The fact that my money is working for me has made all of this possible. Part of the fun of investing, for me at least, is looking at the big picture. Where could all of these monthly investments eventually get me? Of course, past performance is not indicative of future returns, and a lot can happen that impacts the stock market. But like many investors, a trusty compound interest calculator is my best friend. And I like to use this to look at the trajectory of my portfolio to see if I'm on track to meet my key milestones at certain points throughout my future. I last did this exercise over a year ago now, back in October of 2021. And at this point, I only factored in my Vanguard ISA, which meant that I didn't get a true reflection of potentially where I could be in the future. While my final ISA value is important because it does have that tax-free wrapper around it, it's essentially my net worth which is the important figure I need to focus on, which will in essence get me to a financial freedom in the future. Last time I did this, I was investing on average into my ISA £300 per month. Since then though, I've had 2 new jobs in the same college that I was working for then, which means that I'm now making more money. And in addition to that, I've also got YouTube, my side hustles, and affiliate marketing, which supplement my income as well. In total, via both of these different methods, my side business and my main job, I've increased my income within that kind of year period by 71%, which has meant that I've now got the ability to be able to invest a lot more every single month than I could have done back then. This is due to me keeping my expenses fairly similar throughout that period of time and not giving in to lifestyle inflation. Back in October of 2021, my ISA was still in relative infancy and it hadn't yet broken the 10k mark. The total value of my ISA at this point was £9,563, and 11 pence. We worked out that at 68, if I continued to invest £300 every single month up until that point, my final ISA value would be £752,796, and this was all assuming a 7% annual rate of return. That end value would increase to over 1.5 million if I could find a rate of return of 10% averaged per year, still investing just £300 per month. More interestingly though, I found that if I managed to increase my monthly investments from £300 to £400, still at the 7% annual rate of return, I would increase my end ISA value to £962,700 at 68. This is over £200,000 more just for increasing my monthly deposits by £100. And just for fun really, I looked at if I managed to average a 10% rate of return, investing £400 per month, how much would that be? And that was a cool £2.1 million. Seems a little bit unnecessary if you ask me. So today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine all of my different portfolios into one and look at where I could potentially be at these different milestones again. Now, I'm really excited about this video. I'm really looking forward to it. So let's waste no more time and hop in and have a look at each of my different accounts and where they're sat right now. We'll start off with my Vanguard portfolio. As you can see, my Vanguard account, my Vanguard ISA, is currently worth £15,304.78. So it's seen a real nice bit of growth so far this year, but more on that in my most recent update. We'll then move on to trading 2-on-2. My trading 2-on-2 portfolio again has seen some really tasty growth so far this year, with a total account value of £4,612.85. And moving into finally my Coinbase account, which has got a total value at this moment in time of £1,127.90. All of these portfolios totaled, added together, gives me a cumulative net worth at present of £21,045.53. So we can hop in and have a look at some of the numbers that I've calculated. For this, I've used the assumption of 3, 5, 7 and 10% average yearly rate of return, and I've shown a monthly investment of £3, £4 and £500. As I said, I may be able to invest more than that on some months, but I think consistently probably £500 is the maximum I'll be looking at, so that's why I've kept it to that limit. To standardise it against last time, I've kept the kind of milestones the same, so we're going with portfolio age rather than my personal age, and you can see kind of how that correlates across. So we'll hop straight in then, and we'll have a look to start off with at the £300 monthly investment. So this is where it was at last time. If we click across to the old tab down here, you can see, as I say, last time I did this, I had £9,563 invested. And the figures kind of came down here for the 3, 5, 7 and 10%. But we'll hop across to the new figures over here. First thing you'll notice straight away is that I am actually ahead of where I was predicted to be. And the way you can tell that is by comparing the end values of each of these different portfolios, well, the different rates of return, and where they were predicted to be last time. Now that's really good to see. It means that my continual investments, as well as the market pulling back, have put me in a really strong position. So we'll look at this table over here. You can see that if I achieve a 5% annual rate of return at retirement, my portfolio should be valued at £486,001.60, which is around £500,000 for investing £300 per month for, well, till retirement and only returning to me 5%. That's really not too bad at all. And you can see that in May this time next year, when I reach 5 years of invested capital or investment, I should be at just around £27,000. But kind of the one that we're going to roll with the most, I think, and we'll discuss mostly, is this 7% one here, because I still think 7% is definitely realistic moving forwards. So you can see at the moment we're sat on £21,045. What this is predicting is that by May of this year, I'll be on a total of £22,309.63. And then at retirement, I'll be sat on a nice cool pot of £817,705.75. And remember, that's just for investing £300 every single month. And that's something that I've been achieving consistently over the last 2 years. And I definitely think I can afford now to invest more cash every single month. So what we'll do is we'll move through to the £400 per month category and see where we would be sat. And we'll pop through straight away over here. You can see that the numbers straight away jump up. Again, we'll focus on this 7% annual growth. Portfolio starting on the same amount here. And here we're predicting, if this one's true, investing £400 per month at 7%. At 5 years of investing history, my overall net worth should be £29,146. And you can see that slowly kind of step up. So at 10 years after starting investing, just under £70,000. At 15 years of investing, £125,000. Over £200,000 at 20 years of investing. And then when I reach retirement, at £400 per month with a 7% annual rate of return, my portfolio is currently on track to be worth over £1 million. Again, 1 million is probably more than I will ever need, and this does give me the ability to actually potentially retire a lot earlier than I thought was potentially possible before. I think the thing here is that it shows consistency really is key, and it is as simple as that. Just investing not relatively small amounts, but amounts every single month, kind of £300-400 every month, really can speed up your ability to make the decisions that you want to make. Another thing to consider here is that crypto is an unknown quantity. This is obviously working off a 7% annual rate of return. As we know, crypto can nosedive for the best part of a year and then all of a sudden just explode and erupt into a frenzy of activity. So including crypto in this calculation does potentially cause a little bit of uncertainty, just because we're not really sure what's going to happen to it long term. We're obviously expecting it to continue to increase, but you never know what could happen with it. But crypto is, of course, a fairly small amount of my portfolio. At the moment, it's probably about 5%, but of course, that's because crypto's rallied quite a lot recently. So this is really, really exciting. Of course, over here on the 10%, if I'm investing £400 per month and I manage to somehow achieve 10%, my end goal, or my end at retirement at kind of 68 will be 2.2 million, which, yeah, we don't really need that, do we? But you could definitely have a nice life and probably start to offload some wealth to kids or family or friends or stuff, so you can help to support their future and the next generation, which would be something that would be yeah, really cool to do, I think. And then the big one, as I said, I'm in a position where I could realistically now invest £500 every single month. So let's have a look at what £500 a month could do at 7%. Bearing in mind, if I was investing £300 per month at 7%, it's £817,000 at retirement. If it's investing £400 per month, it's just over £1 million at retirement. And then investing £500 per month at the same 7%, it will be worth almost 1.2 million. So this is the one that I'm really looking at the moment. My portfolio, as I said, is currently valued at £21,045. And if I continue to invest £500 per month across the range of different portfolios that I hold, by May of this year, it's predicted to be worth just under £23,000. And then just a year later, at 5 years after I started investing, I could have a total invested net worth of £30,707, which is kind of mind-boggling, really. And then a year later, or 5 years later, sorry, that's over doubled to £76,666, which again is fairly incredible. And then again, look, another 5 years later, it's over double. It has doubled again, essentially. So this really does show the power of snowballing, the power of investing, and the power of actually getting as much cash as you can into your portfolio when you're young, nice and early, to allow the compounding effect really to take hold. If we have a look at where the portfolio would be at 57, so a whole 11 years before state retirement age at present, of course, the portfolio would be worth £558,181. This would, at the 4%, allow me to draw down £20,000 per year and not actually eat into the capital. And obviously this would be able to supplement my pension if I decided to draw that down early as well. So I'd be in a really, really strong position. And then of course, if I continue to invest the £500 per month until retirement, my portfolio will be worth £1,197,978. And then just for the sake of argument, let's pretend I get the 10% annual rate of return. Let's pretend Bitcoin goes absolutely crazy and we get 10% on average per year, every single year until retirement. And I invest £500 a month. My portfolio at retirement will be worth 2.6 million. I don't really think I need that much money. I think, like I say, this just goes to show that actually across both of them, the £400 and the £500 monthly investment, my portfolio could reach £1 million. So yeah, I think that's a really, really interesting insight into my portfolio. It's definitely given me the motivation to push to invest £500 per month for at least as long as I can. Of course, I fully understand that my life could change in an instant. Who really knows? But I just want to try to get as much cash in there as possible. I'd also recommend that if you haven't done this before, just have a look at where you could be in 5, 10, 15 years. It really does give you the motivation to keep going. And it shows really that you're on the right path and doing the right thing. What I will do at May of these different milestones here, so 4 years after investing, 5 years, 10 years and 15 years and so on, is actually look at where my overall portfolio is sat using my investment tracker and see how closely it aligns with these different rates of return that I'm predicting, just to kind of see where I'm at in relation to these predictions that I'm making. Like I say, if you do like videos like this, please do consider liking the video. It's taken quite a long time to draw all this data together. And drop a comment down below if you've done something similar to this, or if this video has inspired you to go out and predict where your portfolio could be at different milestones in the future. As I've said, I couldn't be happier with where I am at the moment. The market started to turn around. Yes, it could be a bear market rally, but at the moment, things are going very well so far this year. I'm continuing to invest, I'm able to invest more, and my portfolio is on track to be worth over £1 million at retirement. So I could be a millionaire at some point in the future. If you have enjoyed this video, like I say, please do drop a like, consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. If you want to check out where my portfolio is at or was at most recently, you can check out the Vanguard update just over here. And if you want to be able to invest more money every single month so that you can maximize your investment pot, check out this video next on matched betting, which will show you how you can make between £400 and £600 every single month in a fairly risk-free way. I'll see you in one of them next.